Okay, hello everyone, and hello Melissa. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Hi, Miles. Thank you for having me.
No worries. Cool. So yeah, hello audience. So today we're actually doing essentially a pre-recorded webinar. So we are looking today at scale without the stress, how to boost efficiency and grow your STR business while running a lean operation with Melissa here at Alertify. Melissa, could you say hello to our audience and introduce yourself briefly?
Hi, yes, I can. Like Miles said, I'm Melissa. I work as a marketing and partnerships lead at Alertify, and I'm really happy to be here today and talk to you on this cool topic that we have.
Nice, awesome. Yeah, so Melissa is going to share a few slides for us. I'm going to get them up now, and we're going to talk through this topic in detail. And then apologize, Melissa, I think I'm going to interrupt you throughout the session with a couple of questions as well. But when you're ready, I think you can take it away and start presenting.
Okay, perfect. Like Miles said, this is our topic. It's scale without the stress, how to boost efficiency and grow your SDR business while running a lean operation. Um, So before we dive into the solutions, let's talk about what's really weighing on SDR operators today, especially those trying to grow without a massive team. So first, let's talk about messaging. A staggering 74% of hosts say guest communication eats up most of their time, and that's before anything even goes wrong. Then there's noise. 4 out of 5 hosts have had their evening or sleep disrupted by a guest-related noise incident, and this is disruptive and it's often completely preventable. Um, and talking about the bottom line, SDR operators lose an average of about $3,200 every year due to manual processes and poor communication. It's not just money, we're talking about burnout, bad reviews, and operational chaos. And negative reviews, nearly 80% of them mention poor communication. And when it comes to guest risk, 62% of hosts say they only find out about parties after they've already happened, when it's too late to intervene. And finally, 68% of high risk or fraudulent bookings come through instant booking without any guest screening in place. It's no wonder hosts feel like they're always reacting instead of preventing. And that's where the right automation and monitoring tools come in, like like Hospitable and Alertify. Let's look at how you can monitor the risk remotely, act faster, and ultimately scale without burning out. So I'll give this to you, Miles.
Cool, yeah. So I'm sure a decent amount of our audience already know Hospitable, but for those folks that don't already know what Hospitable does, we are an AI-powered property management software, and we're really focused on helping you to automate and help you save time. We were born out of guest messaging, and that's kind of something that we do really strongly. But we're also kind of focused on making it easier for guests to check in, improving their guest experience through AI and through integrations with smart devices and connecting with your cleaning calendar, and also obviously connecting with devices like Alertify. Okay, Melissa.
Perfect. Okay, cool. So one of our biggest challenges in short-term rentals is keeping tabs on what's happening at your properties, especially when you can't be there in person. So this is where Alertify comes in. Alertify gives you the eyes and the ears on the ground while protecting your guests' privacy. Alertify devices monitor noise, smoking, and occupancy, amongst other things. And you'll be instantly notified the moment noise exceeds your set threshold or cigarette smoke is detected. So that means no more calling neighbors or making a midnight drive to investigate an incident. It's a hands-off way to stay in control and protect your property from costly issues before they escalate. And here at Alertify, we know that no two properties or guests are exactly alike. With Alertify, you can set quiet hours and noise thresholds for each property individually. That means your downtown loft can tolerate a different sound profile than your family-friendly lake house. You're in full control, and your system is tailored to each space, ensuring you're only alerted when something truly needs your attention.
Cool. And just to jump in here, Melissa, can you just explain a bit more detail how you kind of collaborate for, I guess, noise? Because obviously, if you're in an urban setting, versus a rural setting, like the base level of noise can be quite different, right? You can expect a higher level of decibels in a city, obviously.
Yes, no, that's a really good question. So in the Alertify dashboard, you'll be able to select your unit and you can edit the settings that is specific to that property. So in the settings, you can set a threshold that is specific noise decibel level for that one property, and it won't affect any of your other properties. You can also set how long you want the noise to go above the threshold before receiving a notification. And you can also decide if you want to receive notifications by text or email on a property level. So it kind of gives you that really cool customization throughout your units.
Nice, that's cool. Awesome. Okay, sorry for interrupting. I'll let you continue.
Thank you. So moving on to the next slide, you can also decide how you want to be notified. Like I mentioned, we have SMS and email, but you can also receive notifications on Slack, you can set up webhooks, whatever works best for your team. And if you want to receive notifications only for noise and smoke, you can configure this in webhooks on your Alertify dashboard. And if you only want messages to go to specific teams, you can set this in webhooks as well and have alerts go to those specific channels on Slack or Microsoft Teams. And if you really like to build things, we do have an open API, so you can build workflows, dashboards, or custom alerts to fit right into your system. Moving on to guest alerts, this is one of our most loved features, especially when used with Hospitable. This is where things really start to feel magical, because if a noise or smoking violation is detected, you can automatically send a pre-written message directly to the guest, and you can even schedule it to go out at night and add up to 2 follow-up messages. This way, it's proactive, it's professional, and it really helps you to address problems before they turn into real issues. And here's the impact. 90% of noise violations stop within just 10 minutes of the first guest alert being sent. That's really powerful. And it means fewer angry neighbors, fewer emergency calls to your team, and way less stress all around. Because guest issues are handled automatically, your staff isn't constantly reacting to problems. You reduce burnout and improve guest experiences and build a cleaner track record with fewer complaints on file.
Cool. And just on that, Melissa, do you have kind of templates that you use for the kind of de-escalating those situations that you kind of provide to hosts to send to guests?
Yes. So when you connect Alertify with Hospitable, you'll be able to edit messages. So if you look on the little laptop, you'll see there's a little messages tab, and that's where you can set custom messages. But we also have templates that are already loaded on there, so that you can use that as a guideline. Um, and the template messages actually become more firm in tone as the violation continues. So you can decide to keep it that way, or you can make it more firm. Yeah, so it's all up to the host.
Cool. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, thank you.
Okay, cool. So even with automation, sometimes rules are still broken. And that doesn't mean that your profit needs to take the hit, though. So with Alertify, incident reports are automatically generated for every noise and smoking violation. And incident reports are time-stamped reports, which can be used to submit as evidence directly to OTAs or your insurer. You can also resolve disputes directly with guests or use it as evidence in payment challenges through Stripe. It's all about protecting your revenue while keeping the process simple and evidence-based. So in the next coming slides, I'm going to be talking about how you can unlock extra features with the Alertify and Hospitable integration. So before guests even arrive, you can reduce risk with Welcome Link, which integrates seamlessly with Hospitable. Welcome Link is an automated guest screening step that's triggered before check-in. You can collect ID, IDs, signed agreements, and even custom info like the guest's purpose of stay, all through a branded experience that feels professional and personalized to your business. It's your first layer of protection done without lifting a finger. So this is just an example of what the guest sees on the phone and then what the host would see on the laptop. So you can see there's a nice like report that's filled out, and you can have all of the guest information in a very easy to read format.
Nice. I can see obviously you've got some ability to customize some branding there. I see the wave view. I'm just wondering what else is kind of customizable there. Can a host basically decide what kind of welcome information they want to give to a guest as part of welcome link?
Yeah, so every step can be either turned on or switched off, and even customized. So you can decide if you don't want to collect IDs or payment verifications, for example. You're also able to set your own house rules and your own guest agreements. So it's really personalized to your branding and your tone of voice. And Alertify also adds templates to help hosts get started, and make the setup process much easier and quicker. So we give little examples of what house rules you can set, as well as a template for a guest agreement if you didn't have one yet.
Cool, that makes sense. Thanks.
Yeah. Cool. So going on to some FAQs. So these are some common questions that we usually get from our customers. The first being, does Alertify listen to conversations? Alertify doesn't have any ability to record conversations, so it's 100% privacy safe, and no one needs to worry about invading anyone's privacy. And then the next, I think, most asked question we get is, what happens if my Alertify device becomes unplugged? And basically, when your device becomes unplugged, you will first receive a notification to let you know that the device is now running on its backup battery. And the device will actually, when it's unplugged, turn off its LED lights. So the guest will think that it's turned off, but actually it's running on its backup battery, and it can last for or run for up to 4 hours. And in that time, if there's any noise or smoking activity, it'll actually send that alert to you, and you can know, what's happening in your properties. And then, do I need to tell my guests about Alertify? So we always say yes. It's good to remain transparent with guests that there is noise monitoring technology in your units, and some OTAs like Airbnb, they require you to let guests know that there is a noise monitor present. And does Alertify work internationally? Yes, as long as you have Wi-Fi and a power socket, then yes, it will work wherever. But we do ship to the US, Canada, Europe, Australia, and the UK at the moment.
Nice. Okay. I had one question, actually, kind of on an earlier slide, but you talked about submitting reports to like Stripe and the OTAs. Does Alertify have kind of not a special relationship there with the likes of Airbnb, but does the report kind of carry weight with Airbnb? Have you seen that when a host kind of submits a report with that Alertify logo on and that Alertify kind of sign of approval, does that help in kind of arguing a case with Airbnb support?
Yeah, so that's a really great question. So while Alertify is not formally endorsed by OTAs like Airbnb, we have designed our incident reports to align with their evidence standards. So for example, Airbnb might reject images that are too zoomed in or lack context. So our reports are structured to include clear factual information like timestamps, guests, and unit details, addresses, and check-in and check-out data. Additionally, Alertify is formally partnered with multiple industry-recognized insurance platforms. Some examples are Safely, Crop Insurance, Truvi. So these partners recognize and they do accept our reports as credible documentation. And yeah, it just makes the process for claims a lot easier. Um, and yeah, we stand by our reports, and we believe that they do stand up to scrutiny, whether you're submitting to an OTA, Stripe, or an insurance provider.
Nice. That's good to hear. I like that. Cool.
Yes, great. Awesome. So the best part is you don't need to break the bank to scale smart. Alertify's full system starts at just $144 when you use the Hospitable discount code. There's no setup fees, no hidden costs, and you even get Welcome Link completely free for the first year. It's an incredibly affordable way to grow your business while staying protected, proactive, and efficient.
That's
Um,
awesome.
Yeah, so the discount code is Hospitable Friends 20. So you can put that in the checkout at checkout, or you can feel free to book a demo with us, and we can answer any questions you may have and take you through the dashboard.
Sweet, awesome. That's great. So yeah, if anyone's interested in learning more, taking a demo, please do go ahead, scan the QR code, or head to that URL and use the promo code. It's awesome.
Awesome, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Melissa. That's been a fantastic presentation. It's been great to learn a bit more about Alertify and how you integrate with Hospitable.
Awesome, thank you so much for having me, Miles. And yeah, have a great one.
Thanks, you too.
Thank you.